All right, guys, welcome back. Happy Labor Day weekend. As you can see here, we're kind of just in a zoomed out view of the reptile room, or I guess I should say the snake room. I wanted to do an update on the room itself because, every couple months or so, I'm like, wow, I need to do this, or I need to change that, or I need to move this over here, or I need to get rid of that to make it easier to work in here, to move through the space, help with the flow a little bit. So, I don't know if you guys remember last time, I used to have two tables that were sort of right in the middle of the room. And I thought at one point, oh, that'll be easier to leave that stuff there so I can access my bags and my gloves and any other tools I had. And I decided to move those out of the way. And it's actually made it a lot easier to move around the space. That table was one of them there. And then this one here with my lychee on it was one of the other tables. And it just made it a lot easier moving this over here. Like my gloves and my trash bags, miscellaneous stuff is in here, but it was easier just to move it out of the way because there's really nothing else I can put over on this space here. So moving the lychee over there made life a lot easier. And not a lot else has changed physically in this space, but I also wanted to give some updates on what's kind of going on in here. I have decided to cease rat production. I have like 3 tubs up here left that have a couple rats in it. They're not even producing anything at this point. They're just adults that I'm waiting to feed off to most of my ball pythons that still eat live rats. Just kind of trying to get the last couple meals in there. And then I'm going to be done with them permanently. So what I'm doing here is these bottom 12 tubs are ASFs. Everything in this ARS rack is ASFs. These are ASFs. Right now, only the top 2 levels are mice, but I might make all of these mice just to make sure that I have enough mice going on, especially now that I got rid of, half of this rack was rats at one point, so I'm getting 12 spaces back here where I can have big colonies going on. So I don't know what I'm going to do with mice. I have actually 10, and then these 2 here, so I actually have 12 mice tubs right now. I might make it 15, might make it 20, I don't know. But I've definitely decided to get out of breeding rats. As I've started to hold back a lot more snakes and fill out my racks. I've never actually had these 5540s full, and they are full now. I only have 2 spots left up here in the corner. These are completely full. I do, some of these snakes are up for sale. Like I have one up there, right there, that is a hypo double poshet pied black exanthic that is up for sale at this point. A couple females in these racks that might be for sale after they lay, but these are full. And this one I think has 6 spots left in it. Obviously my hatchling racks are not even close to full. That's the way I like them to be. But I just filled, I just replaced, I took snakes out of here, put them in here. These 2 rows right here are just the Lightning Clown Pied Project snakes that I made this year. That's what all 10 of these spots are right here. So those are going to need to move up into this space at some point. Probably going to end up getting a third 5540, which would go over here, and everything will just kind of shift around the room because I'm going to be running out of that space. I can move, obviously, some of these snakes up over into the 7030, but again, there's only 6 spots, and I have 10 snakes over here. So, it's expansion, but not at a big level. It's really just to make room for my holdbacks that are too important to let go of. I still plan on kind of cycling snakes through as I don't need them. I know I've said a couple times, like I have like a clown het pied in here, and I have a pastel pied het clown, and I have a very angry pastel clown het pied. And those are all pretty basic clown pied project snakes that don't really add a whole lot to the project for me. And I have probably 10, 15 snakes that are guaranteed to have at least some combo of clown and pied in them. And they also might have a 3rd or 4th recessive. And I'm going to plan on hopefully producing a lot of actual double visual clown pieds this year. So like those snakes, after they lay, there's probably a good chance they're going to be sold. So it will clear up some space because I have snakes, like I kind of show them on here every once in a while. These are all clown het pieds that I produced last year. They're all kind of close up to the 1,000, getting close. Some of them are over, like this one's I think 1,100 already. This one is close to 1,000. I think she's right around 900, and she's like the smallest of the three. But like I have all three of these girls growing up, and they're all in the clown pied project. They're all clown 100% het pied, with a few genes in them each. So, you know, just having snakes that are pastel doesn't do me any good for breeding purposes. So, you know, that's how I cycle snakes through here. I can't keep everything, and those snakes aren't moving my projects forward at all. So it doesn't do me any good to keep them. And I don't want to just keep producing the same stuff everybody else is. I don't want to keep adding to the backlog of snakes on Morph Market. You know, they're not getting bought up. They're not, honestly, probably being taken care of very well in the places that they're stuck in. You know, if there's a snake that's up for sale for a year, that's not being sold, that snake's probably like getting shoved in the back of a rack somewhere and not really being taken care of. So I don't want to add to that. Not that I would do that, but I don't want to add more snakes to that backlog on Morph Market than I need to. Only quality snakes that you know, like for instance, like I have 2 lightning pied males for sale, but I kept lightning pied het clowns, right? So I'm not adding crappy snakes to the market. It's just that they're not as good as the snakes that I kept. So that's kind of where we're at. So with these 2 racks being full now, I'll probably be adding a 3rd one. Hopefully they go on sale around Black Friday like they did last year. To at least save like 15%. Maybe it was 15% off. Potentially even free shipping. I don't remember, or like a $500 credit for shipping. I don't remember exactly, but that's what I'm hoping for. At least to save myself a couple dollars. And then I have to go through that whole thing that everybody loves of spending hours and hours and hours screwing things together, which I'm not looking forward to. But I will need that space, and I'm hoping at that point that I will no longer need to buy racks after that. I think, you know, having 3 of those racks plus the 1 super big female rack should be plenty for me. You know, I can't guarantee that. There might be at some point in time where I need to add a 4th 5540, but hoping we don't get to that point. So, yeah, I filled this all out with holdbacks. Everything in here was either produced this year or ready, or almost ready to breed at this point. Any of the adult females that were in these racks that have bred this year that I don't need anymore are getting sold. I'm still on the fence like about this girl. She's a pastel clown het pied, just laid, had her first meal. I don't know if I'm going to keep her or not because she laid so much earlier compared to those other ones I just showed you. I don't know if she's going to get sold. If you're in the market for something like that, hit me up. But I'm still on the fence about whether or not to let her go. But, you know, my other adult females are staying here because they're too powerful. Updates. So I moved all of my lightning pieds out of the mini rack. Ooh, I thought I lost a snake there. She's down there. I moved them all out of the baby racks, and I moved them all over into the grow out rack, which I consider the 1065 here. So these 3 here are the lightning pied het clown females that I got from that first clutch of lightning pieds. And these are the 2 pied double het clown MJ xanthics that I believe have OD or blade in them. So that's the first set right there. These 3 females I'm excited about because they're all eating really well too. So they're gonna obviously give me my best chances of making triple recessives. And they're spicy too. This girl unfortunately will still only take mice, which kind of stinks, but hopefully she kicks that pretty soon. This is my only one that I made this year, lightning pied het clown male. So he's extremely important. He's already taken frozen thawed, so I'm super happy about that. This is the girl with no eyes that I am keeping, and this is the other female in this clutch. She's really pretty. OD Blade Pied Double Het Clown MJ. Really pretty snake, so she'll be making babies too. So out of these two clutches, what I kept was 7 females and a male. So I kept 1.7 snakes, and wow, they're powerful. Some of you guys did ask about this no-eyed snake here. I keep seeing posts about it, and this is probably going to get buried in this video, and probably a few people are going to see it. But there's nothing wrong with her other than not having eyes. I'm not going to be selling her to somebody. She's staying here. I can't take the chance of selling a lightning pied het clown female to somebody that I believe is also OD and Blade. You know, for nothing. So she's staying here. It doesn't make sense for me to let her go. And then the other ones, hopefully they sell soon. That giant lightning, the lightning clown pied group that I have put together on Morph Market. It's expensive, but it's important. They're still over here in the baby rack. I'm hoping that they sell before I need to move them out of here. It's a 2.5 group, and there are guaranteed genetics to make lightning clown pieds. There's guaranteed genetics to make lightning pieds. There's guaranteed genetics to make clown pieds. So those are there to check out as well. If you are looking to buy a big project, that's really cool. But so that's what the snake room is doing right now. Still have clutches popping out. This, I think at this point, is my permanent layout for this room after moving this table over here and that table over there, and just having this completely open floor. Get back here. It just makes it a lot easier for me to move in and out, move the trash can, move my stairway to heaven back here. I love this little staircase. It made life a lot easier getting up and down to these higher levels. So my staircase to heaven. It just made everything a lot easier to get around in here. I can pull this little rat rack around if I need to get in and out. I move this table around a lot when I'm doing stuff. It just makes it a lot easier. So this is my permanent layout for this room. If I need to, or when I should say, get the 5540, I'm just gonna have to move these ones down, I'm assuming. I think they'll fit there-ish, everything, if I move it all down a little bit. And this rack with the blue water bottles just come over here. They should all fit in there, or I might have to take my extra incubator and move it into a different area. But I think they'll all fit in there. Or obviously I have this space on this wall over here where I could move something over there. So we'll see. Maybe the PVC tanks can go over there since they're kind of insulated. But this is a layout that works really well for me. And this is how I'm going to keep it. Yeah, exciting stuff. I mean, it's kind of weird. I've never actually filled out these racks before. I've always had them. Even when I bought the second 5540, this one was never filled. I just had it because I was like, well, at some point, it's going to be filled, so I should have it, right? So then, as that happened, I actually kind of started moving snakes between both of them. And they still were never filled. I still had, you know, 1 or 2 levels that were empty in either one combined. But now they're not. They're filled. Last week, I took everything out of here and moved it into these bigger tubs because they were getting so big. Once they start getting around 500 grams or so, I decided to take them out of there and put them into the bigger tubs, because usually when they're pooping, it turns into a giant mess. So they just get moved out. It's easier. It's easier to clean them once they're in the bigger tubs too. But yeah, I moved everything out of here. I had to clean, I have like a picture of it. I don't know if I ever posted it, but there was like 50, 60 tubs that I cleaned all in one foul swoop, because I moved so many snakes around and I sold so many snakes. And typically I don't clean them as I remove snakes. I just pile them up by the wash tub, because I usually have enough extra tubs going around for it. But there's a lot, so it took me a while. And then I moved them all out. So this is the first time I've actually had these two filled. And like I said, I only have 2 spots left in either one of these. So it's, you know, it's time to worry about either clearing some more snakes out or getting the second rack, which will probably happen first, because these ones are a few months out from needing to move out of this rack. So I'm not really worried about space. I'm not buying anything right now. So I have time before those need to move up. So it's good. We're still making tons of eggs. I think I have like 25-ish eggs in there right now. Clown pieds, DG pieds now, and DG clowns in there, I believe, are the 3 different types of pairings I have. Hopefully still have some more DG clowns and DG pieds coming. That black-head leopard Mojave hypopied black axanthic male is crushing it, and he's being bred to hypopieds. He's being bred to black axanthic females. It's actually nice because he's not even related to any of the black axanthic females that I had bred last year. He was bred to a hypopied female, or he came from a hypopied female, so he's crushing it. I haven't seen any locks yet, but he's being bred to a pinstripe clown pied that had hypo as well. So, you know, I could be working a quad recessive with those two. Some of those females that I produced last year that are clown head pied plus head MJ are almost ready to breed as well. So I'm assuming that by winter time, by November, December, they'll be ready to breed. So there's potential that I could be making lightning clown pieds by next year, middle of next year. I still have the original pair that gave me the ability to make them, but the female isn't doing a really good job of getting back on food, like putting on weight. So those females I produced last year are going to be a better shot for me of actually producing lightning clown pieds. I really hope that the MJ test comes out before I need to breed them, because I want to know which ones have it and which ones don't, because it will affect which snake I breed them to. If they're not MJ axanthic, there's no point in me breeding those snakes to the male that's the triple recessive male. I could breed them to a clown pied project or a DG clown project or something else. They don't need to be that, but if they're head MJ, obviously I'm trying to hit the triple recessive, so that's who they need to be bred to. So either way, I'm kind of saving up that male for those females just in case I don't have a test for them yet. To hopefully, so that's just the females he's going to. So we'll see. But yeah, lots of stuff still coming. Almost have the baby rack cleared out. There's like 5, 11, 12, 13 snakes in there I need to sell that I'm not keeping. But yeah, these are all holdbacks, and those are all holdbacks, and those are all holdbacks, and a lot of stuff going on all the time. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I plan on, I don't know if it'll happen on Labor Day, I'll have a video out, but I will be back to making videos during the week, this coming week. I will be posting them for 9 a.m. Eastern, not 8 a.m. like they used to be. I can't, Maddie gets on the bus at 8:30, so there's no way for me to be live for a video while I need to get her ready. So they will be at 9 a.m. Eastern when they do post. I'm still on the fence about whether or not I'm doing 5 days a week. I still have, I'm recording this video like the week before it posts, so this is the 25th. I'm still trying to figure out whether I'm doing 2 or 3 days a week and which days they're going to happen. I've sort of kicked around doing them Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. If I don't do them 5 days a week so that I hit at least a weekend day, and sometimes Mondays are too busy for me between, the start of the work week, plus that's usually the day I feed. So I'm thinking maybe Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, if I do 3 days a week, if I don't do 5. So we'll see about that, but I'll have that figured out by then. So we will see you guys in a couple days.